Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, and you're listening to South Coast Radio, and we're excited to welcome back a young artist who's been making serious waves in the Afrikaans music scene. She first joined us in December when she released Gelatate, and since then her journey has only grown bigger, from performing in Dubai to opening for none other than Jack Parrow. At just 19 years old, she is already signed with Zianè Records under Universal Music and is carving out a bold, satirical, and authentic voice in South African music. So let us welcome back once again Ziané Saayman. How are you doing?
Hi there, I'm doing great. How are you doing?
I'm good, thanks. Great to have you with us once again. It's been a while since we last had you on air with us on South Coast Radio. So, the last time you were here, as I just mentioned, we spoke about Gelatate. Since December, your career has been moving so fast. How has this past year been for you?
It's honestly been really overwhelming, but in the best way possible. When we last spoke about Gelatate, I was just excited for people to hear my music and that they were connecting with it. But since then, things have grown extremely quickly. Sometimes even the new releases kind of feel surreal to me.
Wow.
But I've learned to stay grounded and work hard and just trust God's timing.
Yeah.
And I feel like this year has really stretched me, but it's also shown me that I'm capable of more than I thought I was.
That's great to hear, Zianè. And you've just released your brand new single, which is Kyk Na My. For listeners who haven't heard it yet, what is the heart behind the song?
The heart behind Kyk Na My is really more about identity. It's about wanting people to see who you are for who you truly are, and not for rumors or assumptions or even social media versions of you. It's really vulnerable, and at the same time, it's also empowering. It says, this is me, take it or leave it, but at least just see me clearly and for who I really am.
100%. And the message is very personal. You sing about judgment, gossip, and people not knowing your full story. Was there a specific moment in your life that inspired you to write it?
Yeah, absolutely. There have been many moments where I felt misunderstood or judged without people actually knowing me. And I've realized that being young in the public eye often leads to people forming opinions quickly.
Yeah.
But there wasn't just one big moment. It was more of a build-up of small things that made me realize how people talk without knowing the full story. And through that experience, the song was born.
That's awesome, Zianè. And so one of the powerful lines in the song is Kyk Na My vir wie ek regtig is. What does that line mean to you personally?
To me, that line almost means freedom. I'm telling people kind of to stop looking at the noise around me and rather to look at my heart. And I feel like it's about authenticity. I don't want to be boxed in or defined by what others think of me. I want to be seen for who I really am, whether that's with my flaws or without them.
That's great stuff, Zianè. And then you also sing As ek jy was, so ek eerder in myself belê. That's such a bold statement. What message are you hoping young people take from that?
Well, that line was, or that statement is supposed to be bold. It was kind of intentional. And it's basically me telling people to, instead of tearing someone else down, focus on building yourself up, invest in your own growth, dreams, and healing. And young people especially spend so much time comparing and criticizing other people, but themselves too. And I hope that they take away that their energy is better spent on becoming the best version of themselves instead of criticizing and comparing other people.
Awesome. So now your style blends upbeat playful energy with deeper, meaningful lyrics. How do you balance humor and hearts in your music?
I feel like that balance is quite easy because it's very natural to me. And I think it's because that's who I am. I love having fun and being playful and trying not to take life too seriously. But I also do feel things very deeply. So
Yeah.
even if a song sounds upbeat, there's usually something real underneath it to me.
Mm-hmm.
And I believe that music doesn't have to sound heavy to carry weight or be impactful.
Yeah. And you've also achieved so much in just 1 year, performing in Dubai and then opening opening for Jack Sparrow is huge. What did that experience teach you?
Performing in Dubai, it was a surreal moment for me, and it reminded me that music has no borders. And opening for Jack Sparrow was like really massive, but it has taught me confidence, and being on stages with big artists really forces you to step into who you are as an artist.
Yeah.
And I learned to trust my preparation and try to own the stage, and I realized that I belong there just as much as everyone else.
Awesome stuff, Zianè. And you're not just a singer and songwriter, you're also a content creator and social media manager. How important is social media in building your brand as a young artist?
Social media is extremely important to me. It really gives me direct access to my audience, and I don't have to wait for someone else to tell my story. As someone who works in content creation and social media management as well, I understand the strategy behind the scenes too. But for me, it's not just about the numbers, it's about the connection, because people support artists that they feel connected to. So to me, it's extremely important.
That's great stuff, Zianè. Now tell us a bit about the production of Kyk Na My. What was it like working with producers Henry Vandenberg and Jacques van Vuren?
It was absolutely amazing working with Anna and Jog. They really understood the emotion behind the song and helped bring that to life. And I think also just the genre that I was aiming for. And they created a space where I felt safe enough to be vulnerable, but also to push me creatively.
Yeah.
It truly felt like a team effort and not just producing a track, but telling a story properly. And it's been wonderful.
Awesome. Now, Zianè, you're still only 19 years old. Where do you see yourself in the next 5 years?
Sure. In the next 5 years, I see a lot of growth, but musically, personally, and professionally, I would love to work with some of the bigger artists in the industry and collaborate more.
Yeah.
And of course, to learn from them. And I do see myself performing on bigger stages and ultimately just performing more in general. And at the end of the day, I want my music to reach further and impact more people than it is at this stage, while still staying true to who I am.
That's really awesome, Zianè. And just one more question before we close off with the interview. For the listeners who may be listening to you for the first time and getting to know you, where can they find Kyk Na My online and also follow you as well on social media, etc.?
Kyk Na My is available on all the streaming platforms, and that's going to be under Ziané Saayman. Then I'm also available on most of the social media platforms: Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, Snapchat, Threads, YouTube, all also under Ziané Saayman. But if they want to be more specific, they can look for it under Ziané_SS_Saayman. And yeah.
Wonderful. Thank you, Zianè, so much for joining us again and for sharing your heart behind Kyk Na My. It's a bold, honest reminder that our value doesn't come from people's opinions, but from knowing who we truly are. And to the listeners, once again, Kyk Na My is officially out now on all streaming platforms, as Zianè has mentioned. So make sure that you go and show some love and support this incredible young South African talent. And we're about to be playing the song right about now, which is Kyk Na My by Ziané Saayman.
The radio station you can't live without. This is your radio.
This is South Coast Radio.